Grand Rising, Curvies. Thanks for coming through to LRGA Curves today. Make sure you smash that like button, smash the subscribe button, and ring the bell on your way in. Oh my gosh, Curvies! Look, I didn't even get it open. Let me just put this right here. Sorry, this is not in the right position, but he had his thing expressing vertically. We'll still get the message because he is still going to say what he has to say about Melody Cherie Rodgers. Okay, now, first things first, Grand Rising Curvies. Second things second, we are going to be showing this morning Love and Marriage Huntsville. You know, they're going through some tumultuous upheavals of casting over there. And you may or may not know that Melody Cherie Rodgers, yep, the queen of reality TV, has decided to move on to greener pastures from the viper pit that has become Love and Marriage Huntsville. And she created excellence. And, you know, now there's bed bugs and all kind of infestation going on. And the fumigation didn't work. And because she doesn't have the support of upper management in this case, and they seem to be in on the shits of not only tearing down her creation, but tearing her down, she decided to remove her and her sand from the playbooks and from the sandbox rather, and go elsewhere. Well, she did a very lengthy live. Melody Cherie Rodgers did a very lengthy live a couple of weeks ago before the first part of the reunion, and they're having part 2 of the reunion tonight on OWN. So she would have went live last week because last week was the first part. And then she quit, and she preemptively showed receipts to prove in no uncertain terms that what we're about to witness on Love and Marriage Huntsville is a bunch of fakey McFakerson, Fugazi type gaslighting, false narrative creation type overproduction shit going on over there on Love and Marriage Huntsville. Yep. Well, we already know that. Shout out to Carlos King. You know, he prefers a liar and a cheat. Anybody who will willingly lie. I mean, him and Phaedra Parks allegedly got along great until they didn't, right? So, but it's apparent that Carlos King is in on the shits with this narrative about besmirching Melody's beautiful character and allowing the bed bugs on set to drive, create, and get airtime to foster these false narratives against Melody Cherie Rodgers. And I'm just saying that as a viewer. I'm not even a freaking mellometer, you guys. I keep telling you, I'm team LRGA Curves and I'm team anti-bullshit, okay? That's what I am. And I've been noticing a lot of bullshit go on my screen with Love and Marriage Huntsville. So these are just my observations, not as a stand for Melody Cherie Rodgers, because people want to make it about that. They're like, oh, the millimeters, and because they're not intellectually honest enough to see a pit viper when they see one, to know a pit viper when they see one. So then they make people who support a woman who was strong enough to leave an abusive situation and carry on in her light in a most immaculate way that everybody else on set wanted to copy her ass and wear her as a skin suit. What she says, they say. What she does, they attempt to do. I mean, she's like, oh, if you're hanging out with that person, then I can't hang out with you. And then we have Melody. Then we have Destiny, her newest single Black female obsession. Tisha and Destiny are high-key obsessed with Melody. And I'm starting to think that Kimmy is too. Anyway, because she'll say something and they'll be mad at it and then turn around and try to use it later. So case in point, Melody said that if Destiny was hanging out with Ariane and Martell, then she wouldn't be hanging out with her because that speaks volumes about who you hang out with. And then we have Destiny come up here and try to set boundaries, Melody style boundaries, with the same wording involved when that wasn't even on her mind or her character so far. What I've seen of Destiny has been a consistent dusty presence where she doesn't quite know what to do. And shout out, we all don't know what to do all the time, but don't pretend like you're the smartest, biggest dick in the room. But then you have micropene and you're like freaking winging it. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, so this morning, her brother Marc went live. And that's what we're about to hear, hopefully. Let me make sure this audio can catch us. And then we'll go from there. In the meantime, go ahead and smash that like button, smash the subscribe button. Grand Rising Curvies. Happy Saturday. We already in the second month of 2025, y'all. I don't know if you guys feel like you're on hyper speed, but I feel like I'm on warp speed. Remember in Star Trek, they'd be like warp speed and they get to the next galaxy real quick in a hurry. Well, we got to freaking February in warp speed, y'all. Anyway, let's make sure we can hear everything. Thanks again for coming through. Let's see. So I'm going to start playing this. And this is Marc, Melody's brother. Hopefully we'll be able to hear it. Oh, here we go.
Good morning. Can you hear me?
Yeah, okay. So we can hear him. He is going to, I'm sorry about the vertical thing. I only recorded half of it on my phone. So I just decided to go ahead and show us from his actual live, which he had in this position. But we still will get the words and the point of what he's saying about his sister's experience and what he's noticed as her brother. Okay, so let's listen.
Good morning. Good morning. This is just going to be a quick little something. I haven't talked to you guys in a while. So much has happened over the last few weeks. Nedra Montgomery, good morning. Good. Pinky Brown, what's up? What's up? What's up? Hey, Hardrick, who ready for the Super Bowl? I'm ready, I guess. Y'all have a good night last night?
Yeah.
Everybody sleep well?
I
party
did.
well? Eat well? I'm sideways. So then y'all got to flip your phones. No, it's me, really. Hold on, let me see. Thank you. All right, let me see. I can't get this thing to work right, so I may just hold it. Let me try.
Okay, it looks like he's going to straighten it out for us. Awesome.
Is that better? A little bit better? Is that better? Still belong to some. All right.
Okay, he's going to start
soon. A little better.
Yeah, no, it's great.
A little cricket, but as long as you can hear me, that's what's important, really. As long as you can hear me, you're good. We're good. Somebody said Eagles Nation. I'm torn between the two. Well, anyway, we'll talk about that another time. All right, appreciate it. Somebody said it's fine. Let's go Eagles. I see a bunch of Eagle fans. You know, I would go for the Eagles, but so let me see how can I put this? I like Jalen. I don't like the Eagles fan base at all. And Lamont Wells is an Eagles fan, so of course I don't really want to hear him bragging about the Eagles won. So I'm torn between the two, but I don't want to see Kansas City win. So I don't know, but I do like Hurts. Two black quarterbacks, true. So either way it go, we win. That's all. Well, I guess see black. Well, yeah, whatever. Either way it go, we win. I'll say, in my opinion. So, Jalen used to be a quarterback at Alabama, so I like that. That's the main reason why I do like him. But, that's the main one. But anyway, somebody said just have time for me. I feel you. Come on now, Eagle is close to a Falcon. You're right, they are. It's just that I got some friends that are Eagle fans that kind of really get on my nerves, and we go at it. So if the Eagles win, I got to hear their mouth, and that's going to be very difficult for me. So that's what caused me to kind of like, do I really want them to win? But yeah, really I do. I want the Eagles to win. I'm for it. Somebody said all black everything and Kendrick Lamar. I know that's
yes, right. Everything black. Something? Happy Black History Month.
Away from us. So we'll talk about that another day too. I got a couple of things that have been holding on the inside. I've been wanting to talk about political stuff, church and politics. It's just so much. Racism. Wow. It's just a lot. It's a lot. But what I came on today to talk about really was somebody said Cowboys. Somebody only second championship for the Eagles. Oh, really? Okay. Cowboy fans. Wow. Cowboys know they got some fans, man. Growing up, that's all they used to wear was those Dallas Cowboys jackets. I can't remember the name of them. And Pittsburgh Steelers. And I'm like, we're from Cincinnati. Mostly everybody in Cincinnati, Pittsburgh fans. I'm like, why? Why? You from Cincinnati. Be for your home team. Like I'm here in Atlanta. Atlanta's my home team. So, but second is Bengals, because that's where I grew up. Anyway, somebody said, get out of here, Cowboys fans. Cowboys coming back. I heard they're coming back next year along with the Falcons. Oh my God. Only Cowboys we acknowledge is Cowboy Carter. Wow. All right. Y'all be easy on the Cowboys for real. Come on, be easy on them. Be easy on them, because everybody give them a hard time. But what I wanted to talk about real quick, and I'm not going to be on here long. We got to walk by faith, not by sight. You're right. All right, Gina, 1602, Falcon fan. Boo for your husband, boo. But Queen Darling, what's up? Queen is on here. Good morning. All right. So what I just want to talk about real quick, Love and Marriage Huntsville. Of course, you guys know my sister is leaving the show. And for me, it was, I was happy and I was saddened at the same time. And I haven't talked to her about this, what I'm talking about right now. So she doesn't know. I don't know if she's on here or not. Hopefully she's not, because I wanted to see it, or you guys tell me later what I'm talking about. But anyway, so she's not on the show. So I'm really excited and happy because it became a little toxic. For me, I haven't really watched in a couple of years. Like I may watch a scene or two if I know something is going on that I want to see. Like if I'm on there, I do want to see how they're going to cut and paste. If I do an appearance, but other than that, I don't really watch because it's just too much. It's just too much negativity, and unfortunately, to see her walk away from something that she birthed, and I kind of heard a couple of people say, because what I do listen to a couple of bloggers every once in a while, just to kind of hear what they're talking about, and so I listened to a couple of my favorite ones, and they made some really good points. And I'll listen for a few minutes, and then I get on because it's just too much to even listen to all of the stuff that people have to say, and some is negative and mostly positive, but the negative stuff, that stuff can have an effect on you when it's your family. You know how I have an effect on you guys, and you guys are millimeters. So imagine how it is when you're a family member and you hear certain things. It's like that stuff can set you off. But anyway, so I just wanted to say, and I'm going to kind of keep looking at my phone, kind of seeing what's going on. I lost my train of thought. But yeah, so I just kind of wanted to give a little bit of feedback. Like I said, it became a little toxic. And One thing that I will say about the show is when Melody and I would do a scene, we were having fun, laughing, cutting up. Just always remember that none of that is what you guys really saw. Is all of that was always cut. Like the last scene I'm gonna just talk about that I did with her. We had a long conversation in the kitchen, cooking, eating, laughing, cutting up. And when you watch, people kept asking me, why you not saying anything? I'm like, I was talking, but only thing they showed was her doing the talking. They never showed where we were engaged. And that's the problem that I always had. I was like, y'all, give us a chance to warm up. Because look, I'm not on a show every week. So when I pop in, I need to warm up to get comfortable. And so I was always like, give me a few minutes so we can just maybe warm up and then let us start having our conversation and doing whatever. Then y'all grab it. But they would never do it that way. They would never show us engaged in fun times, having fun. It always was some drama. Ask this question, find out about this. And I'm like, I'm not even interested. I'll talk about that another day too, because I'm going to break it down eventually about how this stuff rolls. But what I do want to talk about is she created the show. It was her vision. And for me, just a quick, small snippet background, which I always like to do. I did radio here in Atlanta back in 96 to about 2006 or 7. No, 2007, I think it was. I was on a radio station here in Atlanta on Sundays playing gospel music. So being on TV is something new, but being in the public eye is not new for me. Being known by people was not new for me at all, because I was known here in the city and in a couple other places, because I did programs, gospel programs in other cities as well, where I was emceeing programs and emceeing concerts that were recorded for albums. Thanks so much to UB Chase Williams for the opportunity. But my start was gospel music, and I ended up going and getting on the radio because, and I'm giving you all the background to get to where I want to go. I ended up being on the radio station because I met a lady when I was in college by the name of Wandalyn Stokes. Some of you guys may know her. She's on the radio station now, I think syndicated programs nationally, but she's very well known in the gospel community. And so as a college student, I would come to Atlanta and hear her during her show. And I mean, the music was so good. It was like, and her voice was excellent. She was bad, just bad. So I would come to Atlanta and go by Atlanta International Records, where she worked, and get music, new music that came out. I always wanted to be the first to get gospel music when it came out. So I would get with her and she would give me whatever she had. And so that's how our relationship started. But once I graduated, I wanted to come in and sit on at the radio station with her while she was doing the show. Because when I say heavily into gospel, heavily. Knew every artist, knew the song, background information, where they were from. I slept, I breathed the gospel industry. And so anyway, I would go into the radio station with her and watch her do her thing. And one day she asked me, she said she's going out of town and would I like to do her show for her while she was gone? So I was like, yes, God, yeah. So anyway, I ended up doing her show, sitting in for her one morning, because she was on from 5 to 7. And the show went pretty good. And I think I did it maybe a couple of more times for her. And eventually a slot came open where they were creating another slot from 12 to 3 on Sundays, which was the program that came on after her program. And guess who slid into that position? I did. So I've always thanked Wonderland for the opportunity. And I thanked her publicly, but I thanked her to so many other people. Whenever the conversation come up, I always bring her up and talk about how I am so indebted to her, how much I'm appreciative to her for giving me that opportunity to do the show, because it's something that I loved and I always wanted to do. And without her, there would not, that possibility and that opportunity would not have happened. Now I can always say, well, you know what? God could have used somebody else to slide me into that position or into a position somewhere else so that I could have done what I did. But And you're right, Lakeisha. I did. I spoke that thing like way. Well, I did a show in college. In Tuskegee, I used to pay a radio station for like 2 hours to do a show, and it was early in the morning. It was like 3 o'clock to 4, 3 to 5, or something like that. But I paid them, so I had to go out and get sponsors so that I could have that time slot from 3 to 5. But yeah, I spoke and I did. I really did. And had God not used her, I'm sure he would have used someone else to get me to where I needed to be. But he used Wonderland Stokes. And so because he used her to open up the door for me, my heart has always been appreciative to her, thankful to her. She just means so much to me because of what she did for allowing me to have that space. So going back to television, Love and Marriage Huntsville. I remember when my sister was talking about doing a show, which was not really Love and Marriage Huntsville. It was about home building and all that. And I was like, go for it, do it. Because I know that if she put her mind to something, it's gonna happen. And then I noticed the talent that she has, and she's really gifted. So, her doing what she did with Love and Marriage Huntsville was inevitably going to happen, either there or somewhere else. So let's think about it. Carlos King even said that one of his talks he did, he was saying how he saw something in her that was special, and that's how he knew that he was going to work with her. So anyway, she created this. She came up with the idea. Carlos, they worked together or whatever to get it going. And because of her, it opened up a door for me to go on television, which is cool, which is fine. It's a nice thing to do. You know how people have on Facebook the different things you check to see that you've done in life and how many points you get. One was, have you ever been on television? I'm like, yes, I've been on television. Yep, I can check out. But now that I'm sitting here thinking, I'm like, wait a minute, I was on. Anybody remember Electric Company? Kind of like Sesame Street.
Oh, I totally remember Electric Company. No way.
I'm not sure. I think it was Tisha.
Did you guys know?
Electric Company. So I've been on TV before.
Real quick, thanks for being here, everybody. This is Marc, Melody Rodgers' brother from Love and Marriage Huntsville. He's been on the show. His sister quit her creation last week after they were continuing to paint her in this horrible narrative while these freaking skinwalkers are walking around trying to wear her as a Melody suit all the time. And they were painting her as this evil, maniacal person, and they came after her fans. By the way, I'm not a millimeter. I'm team LRGA Curves. I'm team anti-bullshit, okay? And being on that team, I've noticed how they've been treating Melody all this time and getting away with it. I noticed how instead of Black excellence, we got Black bullshit. I noticed how it felt like it was being driven, plotted, and given breath to the extent in order to dissuade most of the public from feeling like Melody is really who she seems to be. And so it just felt really nasty. And I did not want her to leave the house that she built. And I wanted the people, if they so great, if you can do it so fucking good, then make your own blueprints and go do it so fucking good then. How about that? How about you go create your own show, get it in front of somebody like Carlos King, and then he takes your idea and morphs it enough that he calls it his creation. How about that? But no, in true bedbug fashion, we have the bed bugs infesting a brilliant idea from Melody Rodgers and then pretending like they're the new power fucking couple. Really, bitch? You wouldn't even have Sculpt without the Hulk left over from Melody's old life. Hello? What? What? How about some gratitude in this bitch? How about a thank you? How about some pleases? What happened to freaking manners? Okay? And then for production to obviously be in on the shits that they allowed the portrait to be even fathomed that what's going on here is fucking normal, that in real life you would hang out with some motherfuckers that actively participate in your demise? Like you would really go to their house for barbecue? Like you would really eat the spaghetti from their house? Really? You would eat the spaghetti from a bitch who you know hates you house? Really? Really? But I'm supposed to be on a reality show and I'm supposed to want to hang out with these bitches that actively sharpen their pens and stick them in the voodoo doll they have made of me because they're so fucking jealous and insecure? Really? Anyway, I'm going to let Marc finish. Thanks for being here.
That was in first or second grade. So TV is not even new to me now that I think about even with that. Going back to TV, Melody and our father had a TV station in Tuskegee. So media has always been somewhere along in our family. My dad used to be a DJ, R&B DJ in Tuskegee when he was younger. I don't even know if I was born because it was in Tuskegee, so I had to be born. But when I was a kid, he was a DJ on a radio station. I think it was WBIL in Tuskegee. But anyway, so media, TV, radio, all this stuff has always been a part of our lives. Even though I didn't even realize my dad was on the radio until years after I started doing radio, and it came to my attention that, hey, my dad used to do radio as well. Somebody told me that, or he did. But it's just interesting how I ended up doing the same thing that he did. TV, he did TV. Melody was a baby when he was doing. Actually, she wasn't even born when his TV station was really hot. And when it got even hotter, then she was born. She's toward the end of the years that the TV station was there. She was a little girl. So we've been exposed to it indirectly into media. But I'm just here to say that for Melody to create the show, it gave me an opportunity to be on television, a nationally syndicated now, but a national show. I appreciate my sister for that opportunity. So this video is for me really to let her know how proud I am of her to have come up with an idea, to see it come to fruition, and not only so that it could bless you financially, but then you brought other people onto the show so that they can be blessed financially. Now, I didn't make a whole lot of money because I just stepped in every once in a while. But even if it was $20, remember that $20 can buy you a meal, or either it can help on a bill. If you got a bill for $100 and you got an extra $20, hey, that helps you out. So no, I didn't make a whole lot of money, but I made something. But I do appreciate her for giving me the opportunity to come on to the show. And, to be seen. I can go to restaurants now and people like, oh, I know you. I get this all the time. I know you from somewhere. I know you. And I'm like, really? But I never say where because I don't want them to say, if I say, oh, it's TV, Love It, and they say, oh, I don't watch this show. I never heard of it. Mud in my face. So I just play crazy like, oh, I don't know. I don't know where you may know me from. Oh, really? Okay. And I say, I don't know. Maybe job or church, maybe. I don't know. And then they'll go on and sometimes they'll figure it out. And I'm like, okay, cool. So, I can go places now and people are like, oh, I know you. You Melody's brother. Which is cool. I mean, it's nice to, for people to know your name. There's a song that says, on Cheers, everybody want to go where somebody know your name. That's real. Not saying for publicity purposes, but even in life, you want to be around people who do know you and recognize you for whatever it is that you do. So I'm just here to say I appreciate you, Melody, for what you've done. Now, I don't know about other people because you fed a lot of people. And a lot of people can say, well, hey, had she not opened the door for me to be on this show, had God not used her, he would have used somebody else. But we're not talking about somebody else right now. We're talking about her. Just like I could say God could have used somebody else for me to get on radio if he had not used Wonderland. But no, he used Wonderland. So I'm appreciative. And I can go back and say thank you for a person who helped me walk into my destiny. And I think it's a sorry person They cannot show appreciation to whom appreciation is due. Because even though I don't know what those folks made on the show, but if you made $1,000, that's $1,000 that you didn't have had you not been on the show. So I haven't seen it or heard it from anybody that says, you know, Melody, I do appreciate you for the opportunity. Thank you for opening up this door, for getting us, you know, where we are, getting us known. Because I know a lot of people use it now. They go on game shows and stuff, and they, you know, let people know I'm from Love and Marriage Huntsville. However, had it not been for that opportunity given to you by Melody, you would not have been able to even say that. So I just want to see, I want to see a live, or I want to hear of a phone call, and I hope she lets me know if she does. Of course, I ain't going to come back and say, oh, yeah, they said it, unless she gives me permission. But I want to hear some people come back and say, you know what, I really appreciate you. Now that you're off the show, you know, I wanted you to know that I hate you not on the show, but I do thank you for creating a show to give me the opportunity and the space to do what I did when I, you know, while I was there. So this is all I wanted to talk about, was just, you know, let my sister know that I appreciate her if nobody else does, that have appeared on the show, for the opportunity, you know, for her just creating a show, giving us an opportunity to be seen on a show. That's all. Somebody said they don't care. And they hold on, wait a minute. Let me go back and read that. I saw something. I want to make sure I get it all, because it said they don't care, Marcus, and then something. I missed that one part. Oh. Okay, they think they made it. Okay, that's what I was looking for. I thought it said they made it. No, they think they made it. But you can be on radio for 10 years and everybody know your name. And you go on a restaurant and they don't even see your face, but they hear your voice. And they turn around and say, "You the guy from the radio." Yeah, because you're present at that time. I go to a restaurant now and I talk. I don't hear nobody now saying, "Oh, I know your voice. I know your voice. You the guy from the radio." I don't get that anymore. So your face is known right now because the show is on TV. But 5 years from now, ain't nobody gonna probably know who you are, because haven't been on radio since 2007. That's been 17 years. Don't nobody know me anymore from radio. Well, church people who really was into gospel back then, they do. And they talk about how good the show was and how much they missed it, da, 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 da. But typically, other people don't. You got kids that were 15 then, they're what, 34 now. They don't know nothing about me. So you might be known right now because you were on the show. If you're not going to continue to do something, nobody's going to know you anyway. And from what it appears, I don't see too much going on once you leave the show, then it's going to make people remember who you are anyway. So that's that. But, you know, I just think that anytime somebody do something for you, you should always show your appreciation.
That's what I was saying.
And I show my appreciation, or at least let them know. And the more I let them know that I appreciate them, God always open the door and bring something else back, where I can receive another type of blessing, and maybe in a different area. So, I mean, that's just how it works. Even some people that I don't even care for anymore, they have opened up, they've done some things for me that were good. I acknowledge. And I let them know that I appreciate them for what they did. Even my friends, they know if you buy me something to eat, we got to eat and you pay for it, I'm going to let you know that I appreciate it because you didn't have to do it. You could have used that money on something else, but you blessed me. So, hey, I want you to know I thank you. So that's it. So just be thankful. Let people know that.
That's what I'm saying. You know what? Can we get a shout out to the civilized people in the world that say thank you? Can we get a shout out for politeness? Can we get a shout out for civility? Can we? How about some freaking thank yous in this piece? Okay? Because I have seen the opposite of thank yous from the rest of the people on Melody's creation. All I see is freaking daggers for her back and straight pins for the voodoo doll. You know what I'm saying? It's a whole lot of the opposite of being grateful in this piece. They're all eating off of Melody. Every last one of them. Every single one of them. Yet how they repay her and have repaid her is with malice and malcontent. How they have repaid her is by constantly trying to force her to be around somebody she didn't even want to be around, but now they don't want to be around somebody they don't want to be around. Anyway, let's look at some of these comments before we finish listening to Marc, because family matters. That's what's real. That's what's real is family. And the electric company, and I believe Sesame Street for sure. Sesame Street, shout out to Black History Month, was created by a Black man to encourage literacy in the Black community. Okay. Did you guys know that? Shout out to Big Bird. Yep. Black man's mind. And the electric company came soon after. And I would say they're definitely related. They might be first cousins, y'all. So some of these comments, Marnita Ross, thanks for being in the house. Sassy Brown, thanks for being in the house. Good morning. Happy Saturday. Bravo ladies get worse. Everybody gets a chance to be in the hot seat. She's no better. They're actors. This is entertainment. I keep telling y'all was going to get her fired. I don't believe she quit. Again, Marina Ross says, y'all act like Melody is the first woman to ever get cheated on and have somebody have a baby on them. It actually happened to me in life, does go on. I'm just not bitter. Again, with Marnita Ross. And she need to stop listening to everybody, because it's going to be a point in time in her life when she's going to have to get along with that man for her kids and for her kids' stability. Cherie, you could have left your comment. I don't know what you retracted, girl. Leslie says, Marfell, I like that one. Ooh, I love a nickname over here, Leslie. Thanks for being here. She says, Marfell did way more than cheat. He did for the whole world to see. It's great she left him and hasn't looked back. I wholeheartedly subscribe to that theory, Leslie. Cherie Peterson came back with, Marnita, what are you talking about? Melody is worth Bravo money. Own is for beginners, LMAO, right? That's true. It is. And the budgets are vastly different. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Leslie. Hey, Creole. Thanks for coming through. Nadia Maroons. Thanks for being here. Melody's brother always support his sister. 100, 100, 100. That's what I'm saying. I love family love like that. I love it. I watched The Electric Company. Yeah, right. Well, I mean, us who got to grow up on that stuff, it's amazing. MJ, thanks for being here. What a nice tribute to his sister. That show was definitely Melody's vision. CK knows that was her brainchild. He was not thinking about Huntsville until he met Melody. Those ungrateful snakes. Yes. Preach, Larja. You know, my mama's a preacher. Nadia Maroon says, Marnita, please take your arse to those slow channels with the BS. If anything, Mel's fans made her the star she is now and increased her value as a TV personality and businesswoman. Martell is a POS. Right on. Lightfa B, I agree. Thanks for being here. Whoop, whoop. Thank you. The fact is, you still pretending that this is all about him cheating on me tells me that you're not paying attention. Who gives up about him cheating? It's about the other shit he's doing. Okay? I agree. That's what that girl says. Thanks for being here. I grew up on Electric Company, Sesame Street, and Zoom, right? The original, not this thing that we are on currently for all of our businessing and meetings, whatnots. Remember, it's the Newzoo Review coming straight for you. Yep. Carlos King tried to undermine Candy Burris on RHOA. He tried to produce a movie for the group Escape without approval from Candy, Tiny, etc. He called Mama Joyce to ask her about the Escape. So he does reach arounds. You know, those are really good during sex sometimes if you're into that. But you know, in business and behind people's back in real life, it never really plays out well. Also, Felia Rhodes. I think that's how you say it. Hey, oh, right on. Thanks for coming through. Thanks for being new. Thanks for being you. And thanks for sharing your new self with my old self, girl. Thank you for coming through. And I'm assuming it's a girl because of the Leah at the end of the first name. But if you are, um, hello, human. Thanks for being here. Anyway, let's finish listening to Marc. But I didn't really listen to this. I told you, I caught like basically the last 10 minutes of the live, and I was recording it, anticipating, hoping it would be longer. And then I was like, oh, please post the rest. Please post the rest. And he did. So I'm like, shout out to God, right? And now I was just saying about how ungrateful I feel the rest of the people have been towards Melody, and that their actions that I've seen her endure for our entertainment have not, for one, been entertaining. It's high key triggering to like be programming a generation of people that this kind of treatment from your close inner circle is, oh, nothing to see here. Ha ha, kiki. No, 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 ma'am. Association is everything. And I would say that in real life, I would be like Kimmy that season before she got the Scott lobotomy. Remember that season she said to Tisha, she said, I wouldn't even hang around Tisha if she wasn't my sister-in-law. And then the next year she came back and it was pro Scott everything. Remember? And her and Letitia were the best of sister friends. Remember? Yep, happened. So, yep, zoom, zoom, zoom. Come on, give it a try. It's not that Martell cheated. It's the way and how he went about it, right? And even when he was caught breaking the point for a marriage, right? And then even now, like coming around with her doing all this stuff in the lane that him and his wife created when she was oblivious to his freaking community peen tendencies. Well, at least I mean, that's what I'm believing. I'm believing what Melody said. She said she didn't know that she didn't know. I don't know who, but Melody can say she didn't know or didn't know. That's all I'm going off of is the actual person that was there and what my eyeballs had access to, right? So all the people are like, oh, she cheated too. Prove it. I don't see no side babies. Oh, she had an A. Well, I still don't see a side baby. You know what I'm saying? Oh, well, while they were separated, exactly. They were separated. He had fully cheated. She had just found out if she had a get back hookup, then so motherfucking be it. You know what I'm saying? Mm-mm. Well, it's always like some kind of freaking something to make her the fault for the shit of his villainy. And coincidentally, acknowledging that he's a villain, but then making him some type of weird ass victim at her hands and her treatment. Well, she would have been doing what she needed to do. So that's another thing, makes her a villain. She's obviously the victim, but it's another thing to make her the villain and make him a victim, because if she didn't do it, then now, oh my God, no wonder he did that. And so you're reasoning away the treatment that he's done. And I empathize, sympathize, all the sizes with the humans that have had for an experience some F shit from a lover, where you find out that you're not the only one, where the time that the phone rang and the energy that you got at the office meeting and the time that the linger too long or the look and all that shit, when you should have paid attention to your inner God telling you that some shit was going on and you chose to ignore that shit and suck it up. Yeah, it's not her fault. For any human that is like, oh my God, she stayed with her husband after she found out and still had a baby, bitch. It's called trying to work on your marriage. Oh, well, would you? Go do it then. Go do it then. We didn't even get to see the new self-proclaimed induced narrative of this new power couple. We didn't even get to see their marriage bullshit. They've been pushing Melody's stuff on us so much and then saying, she keeps bringing it up. No, bitch. You keep bringing it up. You keep trying to put them around each other. You keep acting like they bring in the, like, you know what I'm saying? And I don't appreciate when I watch TV and my living room fills up with motherfucking gas from being gaslit from these people on TV. Because in my real life, I would not tolerate this. I'm telling you. Can I get a 1 in the chat if you would tolerate this shit in your real life? In your real life, would you tolerate or actively participate and engage your energy with some ankle biting bitches, some backstabbing hoes, some people who are actively working against your best at every turn? Some people who steal your business ideas and then act like it's their own. Some people who you feed all year long and they never say thank you for anything. I just don't understand. And maybe it's the people who, like us, who looked at Sesame Street and Electric Company, that think a thank you and being polite is like the least you can do. I'm not sure. They, Anyway, let's get back to Marc. I don't want to bore you.
Done for you in whatever area. Because people don't have to do nothing for you. And always, I'm getting deep all of a sudden, but always let God know how much you appreciate him for what he's done too, because he really don't have to bless you. But let him know how much you appreciate what he's done, and I promise he's going to always continue to give you even more, and he's going to even open up more doors. So, but I'm coming back because I do got a couple other things that I want to talk about eventually. Hit a couple of little areas that I think that I want to talk about. And I'll just leave it at that. So, yeah, see, I'm reading some of these comments. Yeah, that's true. She's done a lot. She's done a lot. And I would, and I'll even say, because she was married at the time, I'll say even, and that's just how I am, she was married, her and he, maybe, work together at the time to make things happen. So hats off to him for even as a spouse at the time to say, yeah, babe, go do what you're going to do, make it happen. So I'll just say thank you for that. Anyway, all right, guys, you guys have a wonderful Saturday. And I'll do the same. I guess I'll go to somewhere where I can get some eggs for breakfast with it, and I charge them that extra 50 cents per egg. That's it. What they say, go down in the comments and let me see what you guys got to say. I'm going to stay on for about 5 more minutes to read some of these comments. Sonny, let her know. Well, Sonny, Sonny seems, you have to look at the heart of people too. I don't know Sonny at all. I met her once, maybe when she was producing, I met her. I can't even remember, but I met her once. And I really don't know her, but if you look at the people that are on the show, look at how they live, how they talk, how they discuss things. And a lot of times, if you have a little bit of spirituality or it's another word I want to use that just slipped my mind, you can kind of pick up on a person's heart. You really can. No matter how shady a person get or low a person get, it's always still going to be some kind of good in that person that's going to come out, and you can look at them and say, well, you know what, they do have a good heart. They just being demonic possessed right now. So I don't really know too much about the people on the show because I haven't really been around them a lot. But just from what I see and the nastiness that comes across, it's some good. I don't know what those hearts are like, and all I can do is pray for them. And they're too busy trying to become power couples. I don't really, and I look and I don't even see that, because if you are a true power couple, you don't have to try to be one. It's just going to automatically happen. It's just the way it is. You will just be that couple. You don't have to try to be anything in life. Just do what you do and do the best at what you do, and the title and all that stuff that'll come with the territory. So I don't go on a job saying I'm going to go in and I'm going to try to be I'm going to become the CEO. No, just do the best at your job, and the promotion will come from above, not from man. So when I look at these people, some of the people, I'm gonna say some of the people on the show, it's interesting, and I'm gonna talk about that another day. I'll talk about that another day. Anyway, but that's about it for me. You guys enjoy yourselves. Thank you for supporting my sister and supporting me, because I hear a lot of times from you guys, different comments that you've made, and you've always stood by me and been down for me, and I appreciate it. That's really it. Want to sign on off of here. Thank you guys for tuning in, and I will be back because I do have something else that I want to talk about eventually. I just have to be in the mood to talk about that kind of stuff. But enjoy your Saturdays, and I'll talk to y'all later.
Okay, you guys, that was Mark. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much for your support and for the super chat. Thanks for always giving awesome commentary. Right on. Sometimes I'm like, am I talking to myself? Am I saying too much? Does anybody get, you know what I'm saying? But that's my own insecurities. We all got those. And let's look at some more of these comments. Oh my gosh. I love that you said earlier, Leslie, you said, Marnita, where's your one? Where's your one, Marnita? Because I had definitely said put a one in the chat if you would hang around with some ego biting bitches. And yeah. So I would need to know. Did you guys know that association is a lot? Think about it. One bad apple can spoil a whole bunch. Like literally, have you ever left a bad apple? Have you ever done the project on your own? Get some apples you don't feel like eating. Leave one bad apple in there and see what the other apples that are touching it do. The same thing can happen with an orange. Okay, husband. See you in a minute. The same thing can happen with an orange, right? So if you hang around 4 broke people, chances are you'll be the 5th. For humans, it takes more than one, I feel. No, it can't just take one. All you have to do is hang out with one knucklehead on the wrong day at the wrong time, and then you caught up, and then you're getting arrested for life because anybody that's involved in the 187 in Texas, everybody goes away for jail for life, no matter if you didn't know that that's what was going to happen or not, and you get caught up. It can happen, and you wasn't even the knucklehead. So association is everything. When that little voice inside of you is like, that's your God voice, right? And so I just don't understand why people even mock that. Oh, God said go. God said go. Yeah, hasn't God told you to stay on the sidewalk, take a different street, not get on the plane, leave that fool? God talks to us all. We just have to be willing to listen, right? Right? Look, you've been subscribed to my channel. Oh, you just don't always comment. Right on. Well, thanks for being here again. I love it. Melody began this concept of love and marriage Huntsville. She asked them, would you like to be a part of her TV show? There's a pilot TV show that was filmed and presented to Carlos. 100 Rainbows and Liberty. Okay, you guys know the Statue of Liberty is a Black lady, right? Shout out to Black History Month. Well, I have 131 of you in here. Did you know you can look around your house right now, and in 2025, you can look around anything you pretty much use in your house? I'd say about 80% of it, and think a Black person's ingenuity for everything from the doorknob to the way your refrigerator works to the toilet tissue, sanitary pads, the traffic light, potato chips. Yeah, a lot, a lot, a lot. Shout out to Black ingenuity and Black history. Right on. Exactly. Can't stand to hear people say, oh, she knew. Chef Don Don. Thanks for being here. We love Chef Don Don. Exactly. Can't stand to hear people say, oh, she knew. So what? People try to work on their marriage and relationships all the time. what makes Melody any different? Exactly. Exactly. My husband just left to go get his morning consonants in. And he has a routine he does every morning upon waking, right? Dude, if anything ever happened, and it hasn't, and I'm knocking on wood, and I'm much of the mind like Dr. Heavenly, my marriage is perfect. I only speak life into this shit over here. You know what I'm saying? So if that ever did even happen, I would really work on stuff, because when marriage gets hard, it's work. And marriage is hard work. Okay? And when it gets hard, it's time to put in the work that's required, because marriage is hard work. Being in relation with people is hard work. And I'm really glad that Marc took his time to thank his sister appropriately for his own opportunity to be within her brilliant concept that became Love and Marriage Huntsville. Okay? It was beautiful. Yep, they turned Kimmy into a Stepford wife, but she's always been jealous, envious snake, right? Yep. Bianca, thanks for coming through. Happy Saturday, LRGA Curves. Happy Saturday, Curvies. Right on. Linda Gamble, thanks for coming through. Love you. Linda, hello, everybody. Yes, hello, Quiet Storm. Oh, I didn't. Did Quiet Storm say something? I didn't see this. Yes, everybody's in the house. So we just listened to Marc, Melody Rodgers' brother, give a tribute to her and speak briefly on what he's noticed, which is the same thing I noticed. He didn't say it the way I said it, but he was like, where's the thank yous from these people? Where's that, at least? And even when he shot with his sister on the show, he gave us some demolishing of the fifth wall some more. Because, when Melody quit, she freaking put C4 all over production's wall, which we call the fourth wall. Right? People in reality TV know when you break the fourth wall, that's how you somehow acknowledge production's doings or handlings on camera. Right? And it's called breaking the fourth wall. So before Melody left, she took C4 to the fourth wall and was like, this has been going on. This has been going on. So her brother was like, oh, my sister was doing the C4 thing. Look, I got a little stick of dynamite right here myself. And let me tell you guys, he said that when they shot and him and his sister were interacting, they were cutting up, having a good old time. And if you've ever seen their lives together, you know that is in fact the truth. They have a good time. There's a lot of laughing hanging around over there. Good hard work and laughing, but they was laughing that day, right? And so I could imagine what that would have been like on the show. But him and his sister are both like, no, what you guys get to see is nonsense. He's like, me and my sister shot hours of laughter, and they have me portrayed like I just stand there and look at her crazy, basically. I can go back to it. But we're right at an hour, and I don't want to keep you from this brilliant, magnificent day to be breathing God's fresh air. And I hope your sky is as blue as mine. Yes, I have a nice blue sky. They said there was going to be an Arctic river out here in California, but they don't know everything. Or the machine that they had pointed this way didn't make it this far. I don't know what's going on, because we didn't get an Arctic river. But I did see up in Santa Rosa, there were some cars floating. And that's like, from where I am, that's a good 2 hours up northwest, kind of. So yeah. Thank you guys again for coming through. I hope this was useful information for those of you who are gonna watch Love and Marriage Huntsville tonight. Just to know that you're not crazy. There has been a tone of ungratefulness. There is much attacking going on. And you're not weird for noticing it. Even her own brother noticed it and acknowledges that this creation that we see started off from Melody's concept, right? New York City, oh, it's freezing and rain, freezing. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Well, bless your guys' heart. I hope you guys can keep it warm. I mean, it's 39 degrees, but it's like really sunny. I have on like sweats. I need to put on some socks. I just realized my toes are cold. Anyway, you guys, I love you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being you. Go ahead and smash that like button, smash the subscribe button if you haven't already. Ring my bell. Ring my bell so you can get notified next time I upload a video and so you can become part of the beautiful curvy community that we're growing over here on the YouTube streets. And remember what I always say, there's enough to go around. So go get some. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.